What's up, people? Today I'll be doing a movie review on Quiet Place Day One. So this is my spoiler warning. So if you have not seen this film, then click off. But yeah, this is my spoiler warning. So yeah, as usual, I'll be giving you the breakdown. Initial thoughts, positives and negatives. The positives are going to be the character dynamic, location, environment slash explorations, and as well as some tense detailing. The negative would be the understanding scenes for the aliens, sequence pacing, and as well lack of connection when it comes to some recognizing characters. And then I'll end it with my ending thoughts. Personally, I am a fan of this franchise, even though it might not be like the most extraordinary set of films, but I did enjoy the kind of interesting ideas on, being silent, the pros and cons of the aliens, tense moments at times when making the slightest noise. So after watching the recent film, I would say it has its recognizable components and some well-put components, but it really doesn't feel all that different from the previous ones. At least to what I thought this film was going to be, with a fair amount of missed opportunities. First, I'll be talking about character dynamics. Seeing the two characters as they get together and eventually accepting their presence was enjoyable. With all of the crazy aliens now on Earth and the destruction they caused, these two characters brought along kind of the showcasing of trying to lighten up the mood despite what's going on. The moments in them talking, sharing things such as Sam talking about her father and bringing her favorite pizza place, and Eric talking about law school and coming to NYC, as well as the more wholesome moments, and Eric performing a magic trick and Sam getting that pizza she wanted, well, quote unquote, but she still got some pizza. In general, it was just nice to see these two and their sequences together. Next will be location, environment slash exploration. Pretty obvious, but the clear visual on the destruction caused by alien, reminding us that these aliens, aren't a joke. Seeing how abandoned NYC is and how the aliens can just be anywhere, even if just possibly around the corner, and just how much of them are roaming around. It is nice in the different, spots that were explored, such as the subway filled with water, running in a bank as the aliens are coming down, as well as going into a medical pharmacy. One thing I will say is that there was such a missed opportunities in having more unique explorations and how it could definitely help with another component I'll be talking about. And lastly, I'll talk about tense detailing. There were moments in the kind of opportunities on the kind of tense moments when creating a sound. Such examples being with Eric at times. He was about to just have like a freak out and Sam was just trying to calm him down. The amount of people walking slowly as we get shots of just items they have. Eric throwing a rock at a car window. It was decent to see these, simple detailings in how they kind of spiced up certain moments at times. Now I'll move on to the negatives, starting with understanding scenes with the aliens. Now I understand that any of us that have at least watch all these films, or just the first two, or even just the first one, really, we all have definitely gotten a grasp on how these aliens work, and especially just improving your chances on survival. But to me, I think it would have made sense to have just moments in seeing the main characters, and even any other kind of other set characters as well, in trying to actually just understand still what these aliens are about. It doesn't really have to go on for so long, but just, at least have more just visual showing of just the thinking process as they are figuring it out. It could just be, like I said, either visually or just simply through some piece of dialogue. The next will be underwhelming sequences. There needed to be just some scenes in this film that should have been executed better in making them a bit more unique, specifically with the different moments with the aliens and Eric/Sam. At least to me, those scenarios felt underwhelming. There were some enjoyable pieces, but I think they felt more underwhelming and felt still all too familiar with the previous films overall. In general, this could have just been a great opportunity with one, not only making more memorable locations, but as well creating more unique, tense moments. And I think would have been really nice if they used some of these tense moments when it comes to, people still understanding about the aliens. So just one location that honestly comes to mind has got to be Central Park. The other moment that would have been at least nice to see a bit more of, at least in terms of better build up, I would say, is at the beginning, aliens are dropping in, and maybe you see a little bit more like here and there, like military vehicles as they're passing by, soldiers sort of like pointing up and calling out on the aliens, falling down from the sky. Some moments like that in bringing a little bit better, just rising tension. And lastly, I'll talk about lack of usage when it comes to particularly the character Henry. I mean, this point is simple, but another missed opportunity is just in having more scenes with this recognizable character. Have at least a tribute, or at least just respect on him, since they decided to bring him back, which really they didn't need to, and it just kind of just like forgot about him at some point. I don't know. That's just kind of how I felt about it. So in the end, this film was enjoyable, but it just didn't knock it out of the park due to such missed opportunities, and just in general not really feeling all that different from the other films. Whether it's the nice wholesome moments between Eric and Sam despite what's going on in the outside world, or the lacking of more unique locations / simple understanding for the aliens, there definitely needed to be just more focus on particular components. As for the rating of this film, I'll be giving Quiet Place Day 1 a 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's it. Later.